One of the most common things I hear from clients is, should I settle my case and what would a settlement look like? And that's different in every individual case. As I tell my clients, I can't create the facts. The facts are what they are. But what I can do is guide you through that process by making sure that you can make an informed decision about what would be in your best interest. And you can't do that unless you have somebody involved in your case that can explain to you, based on their experience, what workers' comp does cover and what it doesn't cover. And so we've talked about some of this in some of our prior videos, but really what we're talking about is exposure. Exposure in workers' comp really means, what is the insurance company going to have to pay for? So before you even consider whether you should settle your case or not, you should have an attorney involved in your case who can sit there and provide you with an analysis of what the insurance company is likely going to have to pay if your case stays open, because that's how they're going to base the value that your case has from a settlement perspective. I also get asked a lot of times whether or not my case is going to settle. Do all cases settle? And more often than not, cases do settle. And the reason for that really is something I can sum up in a short, brief saying that I think is kind of witty and fun. Best file is a closed file for the insurance company. And the easiest way for them to close a file is to settle it, because it guarantees an outcome. They know they can pay one final amount via check, and they'll never have to spend another dime on your case. So most cases do settle. The question is, what should it settle for? What is reasonable? So as I mentioned, your lawyer should be involved in the case, providing you with this analysis of what your case is going to cost the insurance company if it stays open. Hopefully they're going to explain to you those individual things. What is it going to cost for medical benefits? What is it going to cost for lost wage benefits? What we call in the industry indemnity benefits. In the end, they're going to provide you with hopefully a recommendation of what you should demand and what you can expect from the settlement. You really need that information before you decide if settlement's right for you or not. Because in your head, you may be thinking that your case is worth something and find out that it's not worth that. Because as normal human beings, we might think that you're entitled to certain things, but the law might not allow for it. And that's an important thing for people to understand. No amount of arguing by any lawyer, no amount of sympathy from a judge is going to get you something that the law does not allow for. And so, case in point, there is no mechanism in the law for what we call pain and suffering or loss of enjoyment of life. So when we're evaluating what your case is worth, it's really a dollars and cents analysis of what you're going to cost the insurance company for the benefits that the law requires that they provide you. When someone's trying to make a decision about whether they should settle their case or not, the answer to that question firmly lies with that individual client. I am never going to tell a client whether they should settle a case or not settle a case. The situation, though, is that they need to consider the risks either way. There's a risk if you don't settle the case, and there's a risk if you do settle the case. So if you settle your case, you're going to get a lump sum amount of money that is going to pay you for future lost wages, future medical benefits that the insurance company would have had to provide otherwise. But they're paying it at a discount. That's why the case is settling. Because if the case stays open, the risk is you could have a new car accident the next day. You could slip and fall out of Publix or Winn-Dixie. And at that point, if you've made your condition worse, they're no longer responsible for those injuries. God forbid, in the year and a half that we've been going through with COVID, if you had COVID and you passed away, that's not something that the insurance company is going to have to pay any benefits because of, and your workers' comp benefits will die with you, sadly.